What's up, y'all? Winnie here, and welcome back to the SCP Foundation Wiki. Today we're going to be checking out Metamorphic Identity, the Drunken God, the Feral Cats of Site 34, Ephraim's Dial Tone, and Slinky Man, which sounds more whimsical than it probably is. So first, let's check out their Metamorphic Identity. It's Euclid. SCP-1540 is contained in a humanoid containment cell in the HTL-01 wing of Site 197. Alright. After each 1540A event, the organism must be interviewed to establish its identity and personal history. Transcripts of the interviews and photographic records of 1540's appearance should be transferred to the digital archive of Site 197. Didn't we just have a body swapping thing in the last episode? Further interviews may be conducted at the discretion of the assigned Level 3 researcher. 1540 instances should not be informed of their nature to avoid unpredictable emotional response. To ensure cooperation with the Foundation personnel, a cover story has been established that explains the necessity of medical testing and quarantine. For further details, consult document 1540 IF04. Description: SCP-1540 is a humanoid organism recovered in 2001 from Provo, Utah. Every 29 to 30 days, it undergoes an A event. The organism does not possess conscious control over the events, and unless specifically informed, may not be aware of them in advance. Upon the start of 1540A, looks like the microphone is not close enough to do the thing. Check, check, check. Hang on. Check, check, check. Okay, it was being stupid. I thought it was the microphone, it was just that the program I used for the talking dude wasn't happening. Upon the start of 1540A, the organism will experience a severe headache followed by muscle and bone pain. 40 minutes after the event's onset, the skin will begin to secrete large quantities of a viscous white substance. The substance will solidify and expand, forming a semi-transparent cocoon around the organism. Over the next 6 hours, 1540 will gradually dissolve and a new body will develop from the resulting material. Once the body is fully formed, the cocoon will rupture and the new instance of 1540 will emerge. Instances differ in appearance, gender, and age. None of the instances have exhibited abnormal physiology or other anomalous traits. A are not ectoentropic in nature, with the organism losing 5 to 8% of its mass during each event. 1540 typically regains the lost mass via non-anomalous means before the next A event. The organism's health is not markedly affected by these fluctuations. 1540 instances display separate unique identities, personalities, and full memories of their previous lives. These memories are internally consistent, and the locations, individuals, and events comprising them generally exist or have occurred in the manner described by 1540. However, all identities appear to be highly detailed fictional constructs. No records of persons matching these identities have been found, and the individuals whom 1540 identifies as friends or close relatives deny any knowledge of the organism. The information used to construct SCP-1540 identities appears to be an amalgam of abstract facts, depersonalized memories of existing individuals, and fictitious experiences original to the organism. The means by which 1540 obtains this knowledge are unknown. 1540 was recovered during the investigation into assumed death of Joshua Russell, born 1985. Examination of Russell's house uncovered a collection of occult literature, numerous transcripts recorded by the subject, and a videotape containing the recording of the subject performing an unknown ritual and the subsequent A event. The documents indicate that the subject, along with 3 associates of similar ages, developed the ritual shown in the recording. The design goal of the ritual was transformation of the performer into a werewolf, but his parents were not aware of these activities. Is this the we want to be, are we cool yet thing? Analysis of the recording revealed discrepancies between the procedure performed by the subject and the version outlined in the recovered literature, including the use of cheaper materials and errors in positioning of auxiliary objects. Attempts to replicate either version of the ritual did not produce anomalous results. Individuals involved in the creation of the ritual were never found, and their current status remains unknown. And this is an interview transcript. They were interviewing David Hawkins, and it was Dr. Joseph Kaminsky doing it. Please state for the record your full name and clearance. David Alexander Hawkins, security level 3. How long have you been working for the Foundation, Mr. Hawkins? 11 years. And 1540? Assigned to it 2 years ago. Was the head researcher too for 4 months now. So, you've been studying it then? Yes, I'm a biologist. My group was working on the metamorphic reaction. Isolate, replicate, narrow to individual organs. Do you have access? You should know the details. I'm familiar with the project, yes. Did you have direct contact with the organism during your time there? No, we didn't really need to. We had enough tissue samples, and the skip was always with the shrinks or in the in-house guys anyway. I see. Let's talk about what happened 4 days ago. What do you remember? It was still Wednesday, early evening. It was a seminar at Sector 7 next day, macroscopic bacterial colonies. I was on a train there. I was reading. Everything was very ordinary, then it was very abrupt. One moment I look up at the window, see the sun, the trees, and then it all just ended. I'm in the cell, naked in this horrible stench. There's blood and little chunks of me everywhere. I woke earlier than normal, I think. No one had a chance to clean that mess yet. I sat there for an hour before Agent Lanham came and told me that I may have been exposed to some virus? Some CDC bullshit virus, right. Did you perceive your earlier memories? Do you perceive your earlier memories differently now? No, nothing has changed. It's all there and there's no seams. I'm still me. I keep thinking about it, remembering things. About 2 months before I was promoted to level 2, I figured I'll die one day in a breach or some accident. I made peace with it. Oh, I thought it would be quick, not like this, sitting here and waiting and not being able to do anything, but then I never really thought that, did I? I was never promoted, never married. I've been here all this time in one cell or another for the past 15 years. I 6 years ago when John died, should I still feel anything? I never met him, never worked with him. I don't know anymore. Could we continue another time? If you want, certainly. And Doc, could I see Sarah again? I know she doesn't remember me anymore. I just wanted to see her one more time. I'm afraid that's not possible. I'm sorry. It's alright. I understand. Okay, so it sounds like it's not like the we're body snatching you now thing like the other one. It sounds like it's more that he got infected and it just kind of poofed and turned into somebody else, and now all of his memories are fake. But at least they're not treating him like a monster. They're treating it like what it is, which is kind of sad, I guess. Now it's time for the drunken god. Don't be Keter. Don't be Keter. Usually when something has the word god in it on this website, it ends up being Keter. Okay, cool. Due to the location and nature of SCP-1541-1, current containment procedures consist of redirecting the current civilian studies of the G34.3 celestial body to areas where 1 is not currently located. As well, efforts are currently being made to suppress information on the gradual shrinkage of the ethanol cloud contained therein. Researchers currently assigned to 1541 are allowed to respond to 1 through 2. All researchers who are currently assigned to 1541 who converse with 1 should report and attempt to dissuade any mention of 1 desiring to return to Earth due to security and public exposure concerns. All instant messaging service providers in the area of initial contact are currently being monitored for any further attempts by 1 to contact additional descendants of its original followers. In addition, 2 should be kept in working condition and powered on at all times in order to intercept and monitor communications made by 1 and facilitate communication between 1 and the current research team attached to the project. All messages should be logged with the records department. Description: SCP-1541-1 is an entity currently located in the approximate location of the G34.3 ethanol cloud and the Aquila, let's say Aquila, constellation. It claims to be the physical representation of the deity Redacted, and that it has been attempting to contact the descendants of its former followers for what it approximates as the past 100 years. 1 currently shows a tendency towards alcoholism and manic depressive disorder. 2 is a redacted brand cellular phone, probably a Nokia, whose number was reallocated to a Foundation-owned communications network upon discovery and containment. Logs of the messages that are sent to and from 1 through a currently unknown method, as 1 denies possessing any communication devices, are to be registered with the Records Department for review and research purposes. 1 and 2 were first brought to the Foundation's attention through contact with one Amanda something of somewhere in Michigan. 1 and 2 were discovered during an interview by a member of Foundation staff under the assumed identity of a technical support representative for the blank telephone company. After the situation reached Foundation information analysts, she claimed she was receiving disturbing messages from someone who knew her great-grandmother, Elizabeth something, who had been deceased for almost 20 years at the time of initial contact, and discussing several rituals it demanded to be performed. Examination of the cellular phone records have corroborated her statement and produced a 27-character designation that does not correspond to any known system. The witness's memories of the event were suppressed, and she is currently under Foundation observation to determine if there have been further communication attempts by 1. All other descendants of the original cult that worshipped 1 are currently being tracked by MTF Tau 17 for identical reasons. I'm surprised it didn't tell us which Tau that is. Or which MTF that is, by like their title. Consult document T1 for a sample of notable messages sent to and from 1 by the initial witness. It should be noted that all messages were originally sent in short message service, that's what that stands for, text format, and have been transcribed as accurately as possible to the standard interview format for records keeping purposes. Forward. The following is a log of the messages saved on 2 between 1 and Amanda something, approximately 3 days before the Foundation discovered SCP-1541. Hello, beautiful. Hi? Who is this? It is I, the great god, Data expunged. Will you bear yourself before me? Oh god, did Gabs give out my number to you? I know not of this, Gabs. I searched the cosmos for the proper electrical flow to speak to you. I think you got the wrong number, guy. Please stop texting me. If possible, run the man blank, the youngest of the blank family. Or are you not, Amanda? Quit messaging me. It is you. Oh, joyous day. You're not going to quit, are you? Look, asshole, this has been a long day and I don't need this. Ah, just like Elizabeth, fiery and rude. Why is your family not performed the ritual of blood, wine, in 10 decades? I demand reverence. Prostrate yourself before I fire Nate expunge and bury your flesh to the night sky, so it may please me. I'm calling the cops. What are these cops you speak of? Hello? The fucker cops? It happens all the time. You people ignore me, I grow weaker by the day. Sorry. Did not realize I had caps lock on. Forgive me. Hello? Amanda? SCP-1541 continues in this style of messaging 57 times during the next 45 minutes with increased repetition of the woman's name and use of punctuation marks, eventually starting with message 28 using what was determined by the linguistic department as Babylonian expletives and various threats, and finally, by message 43, more pleas for the aforementioned rituals to be performed. Fine, you little whore. I bet you worship that asshole Yahweh, don't you? Jesus Christ, stop already. I fucking knew it. Sit out. What the fuck is your problem, man? Just leave me the hell alone. You're just like everyone else. I bet Redacted doesn't have to put up with your shit. Hey, he just sends some of his frog assholes to fuck you up. You know something? You can keep your fucking Yahweh. I'll find new worshippers on you later, bitch. Approximately 3 hours pass before one attempts to contact Amanda again. Look, I'm sorry for calling you a bitch. I've been drunk for a while and really lonely. Please talk to me. I don't have anyone left but you. God fucking damn it, stop texting me. I've already asked you at least 3 times and I really don't need this shit now. Well, fuck you too. Go to hell, jackass. Maybe I will. After I finish this drink. End log. No further messages were recorded between 1 and the initial witness, and 1 did not attempt to contact her again for 4 days, at which time 2 was in Foundation possession. 1 expressed distress at the fact that it was denied contact with its original worshippers, and immediately attempted to coerce the 3 researchers assigned to 1541 into performing supplicatory rituals. All requests for completion of these rituals were denied. I'm not sure why I listed into Bobcat Goldthwait for a second while doing the drunken god voice, but it was fun, I guess. I'm chewing gum so I didn't rip my throat apart. That's a bonus. Next up is the feral cats of Site-34. Also Euclid, an SCP-1542 instance image captured in 1946. Well, it seems to just be a cat, but it's an SCP and it's Euclid, so it's probably not just cats. Due to the unknown nature of SCP-1542 manifestations, no direct containment procedures have been devised. Research into it has been assigned to the Spectral Division. They're ghost cats? SCP-1542 is the designation of a spectral phenomenon that manifests in the underground levels of Site-34. Subjects who witnessed 1542 manifestations claim to have observed one or several feline entities in the distance, which flee when approached. History. Following the construction of Site-34, several staff members submitted reports of feline entities roaming the site. Despite various sightings, no physical proof of their presence could be provided, and as such they were assigned an SCP designation in 1947. 4 months after initial SCP designation, a foul odor was reported in the boiler room of Site-34. Initially believed to be the result of a burst pipe, investigation revealed a corpse of an SCP-1542 instance in the corner of the room. The remains were handed over to the Spectral Division for investigation. A necropsy was performed on the corpse in order to attempt to understand the anomalous nature of 1542. Several partially digested pieces of food were found in the corpse's stomach, which matched the food served in the cafeteria at Site-34 during the days before its death, as well as one partially digested rodent. Furthermore, the body showed bite marks from the scavenging rodents. Following these discoveries, SCP-1542 was assumed to be a phenomenon resulting in the manifestation of feline entities, and investigation of the anomaly was reassigned to the Ectoentropic Division. Ectoentropic is a term used for anomalies that challenge thermodynamic entropy. Typically, this manifests as an anomaly that generates matter from nothing. So that's it. The whole thing's just ghost stray cats. Okay. That's fun. They should figure out if they can feed them. I mean, I guess they can since they had eaten food from the cafeteria. Now for Ephraim's dial tone. It went from safe to neutralized to Euclid. Given the non-local nature of SCP-1543, it is impossible to fully prevent non-Foundation access to it, and non-Foundation access has been reported by 1 to have occurred no less than something 100 times, prior to the Foundation becoming aware of SCP-1543 and enacting current containment protocols. Actually, that's probably just double digits, not hundreds. As such, all such contacts appear to have been from civilian sources, and 1 reports that the Foundation is the only organization or individual who has contacted it more than twice. As such, containment measures are largely focused on educating populations likely to accidentally access 1543 on how to avoid doing so under the guise of public service announcements. Although it appears that 1543 is only able to make 1 connection at a time, there is a single recorded instance wherein a loud beep sounded without originating from either terminus of the active connection. All communication via 1543 is to be performed in a quiet room, with all sound originating from the anomalous end of 1543 recorded for later analysis. Although it may be accessed at any time for monitoring purposes, any communications with 1 must be performed in a whisper, and should be restricted to between the hours of 1730 GMT and 0900 GMT, which I believe is Greenwich Mountain Time, but I don't know what that translates out to in my time. Conversations are to occur no more than once per day, barring ambient sounds indicative of an emergency situation, and may be concluded at the request of 1. Description: SCP-1543 is a phone number that can only be reached by international dialing. The country code is blank, which is not in use. but very similar to the one of those assigned to Redacted. Currently presumed that all accidental access to 1543 are a result of misdialing the country code. When any phone connection is used to dial SCP-1543, the connection picks up after one ring. Testing has confirmed that landlines, cellular phones, and VoIP can all be used to access 1543. Attempts to access it via anomalous means, i.e. SCP-519, have so far been met with failure. The other end of the connection apparently manifests as an intangible point in space fixed approximately 5 centimeters to the right ear of 1. The point functions as both a speaker and microphone and is able to receive ambient environmental sounds in addition to the voice of 1. Per 1, any communication that originates from the non-anomalous end of 1543 is approximately as loud as if the source was standing next to 1 and speaking at the same volume. SCP-1543-1 is self-reportedly a human male by the name of Efrain something, a former resident of San Juan, Puerto Rico. Documents searches verify the existence of such an individual, but attempts to interview family members or past employees uniformly result in denials of any knowledge of him. One reports that he fell asleep in his residence June 21st, 2011, and woke up in his current location, which consists of the overgrown ruins of an unknown city located in a tropical environment. One is largely uncooperative with attempts to converse with him due to fear of attracting the attention of local predators. He is also displaying an increasing degree of annoyance and anger towards the Foundation due to the frequency of contacts made to him. Translated from Spanish. Call 1. Hello? Shit! Shut up, you idiot! Who the fuck is it this time? My name is Dr. B. Group I work for learned about... Fuck, more than one of you are working together now. What in the name of the Holy Mother do you want with me? The rustling of leaves can be heard in the background, as increasing as if in a strengthening wind. What was that? Shit, there's something about a block away. Just shut up and leave me alone. Please wait, we mean you no harm. We just want to find out what... Shut up! Not now, not when they're so close! All attempts to communicate with one during this interview have failed to elicit a response, and the interview was concluded after approximately 5 minutes of hearing panting breaths and rustling vegetation. Note that all interview attempts from this point were conducted at a whisper level. Call 14. We're still trying to find out where you are, Senor, whatever his name is. Is there anything else you can tell us about where you are? Any signs of anything? I already told you everything! Just some city with weird squiggles on all the signs instead of real letters. What about the plants or animals? Can you describe any of them that seem unusual? I don't know about plants, man. I live in the city, and I haven't seen any animals or other of these asshole monsters. I told you this already. We're having trouble matching your description of the animals to anything on file. Are you sure? There's nothing else you can tell us about them. What else can I tell you? They're about the size of horses, they're shiny and black, and they attack each other crazy and vicious. I'm not going to get any closer to any of them to find out anything else. We'll keep trying then. Just let us know if anything new happens. A rapid rustling is heard, immediately following a loud thump and a loud, gravelly roar. One screams briefly, and they can be heard running through vegetation. The roar seems to recede. I'm feeling really sick, Doctor. I think some of those mushrooms I ate were bad. You said they should be okay, right? Based on your description, they shouldn't have been poisonous. How's your water supply? The same rainwater as before. Guess I should be thankful it rains so much. Heavenly Father. Doctor? Yes? I'm going to die here, aren't I? We're still trying to find a way to get you home, Efrain. Now, try to rest and get your strength back. You say so, Doctor. At some point in 2012, at 1737 GMT, the telephone reserved for use with 1543 rang independently. After 12 minutes, Dr. B entered the interview room, activated the recording equipment, and answered the call. Hello? Who is this? Gravelly voice of uncertain age or gender translated from Nahuatl. The hunt was good. The sacrifice was holy. We expect more. The call terminated at this point, and all further attempts to utilize 1543 resulted in busy signals. At some point in 2013, during periodic review of neutralized SCP items, it was discovered that 1543 was once again active. The individual answering the call identifies herself as Olha or Olga, a resident of Sevastopol, Ukraine. Her descriptions of her surroundings match those provided by 1. She has been designated 1A. Alright, so whatever this city is, it's abducting people and then that attaches them to a phone for some reason? Which I guess they just use to like triangulate and hunt them easier. Which is why it went from safe to neutralized to Euclid, because now like, oh, okay, so they can just grab more people and we don't even know where they're coming from. That's bad. I guess it's Euclid because they have the phone, and it would probably be, well, it sounds like things are only keter if they're going to destroy the world, and this, as far as they know, is just yoinking individual people. And that brings us to the Slinky Man. Will he be whimsical, or will he be terrible? The Slinky Man is safe. SCP-1544 is to be given a minimum of 5 by 5 by 4 meters of space in its containment, and a biological containment chamber within Site-32. My chest feels weird from doing the gravelly voice. Upbeat music is to be played within 1544's containment chamber during its feeding. It will consume any type of meat and is to be fed daily. Okay. Is it literally a slinky that like has sentience? SCP-1544's exterior is a mobile 1 meter tall multicolored skin covering. It can extend beyond this height. It is controlled by small peach-colored mass located in the center. This interior flesh appears to be gelatin, and it is connected to a thin skeletal system that makes up the limbs, as observed from the organism's feeding process. 1544 feeds by using its central mass to envelop food it takes through its limbs. The skin is abnormally resistant to damage and is also able to flex its arms to 5 meters in length. 1544 is also able to move at speeds exceeding 35 kilometers per hour by flipping its hands and feet over itself in a cartwheel fashion. However, it will hibernate at temperatures exceeding 85 degrees Celsius to preserve energy and prevent its interior from overheating. SCP-1544 has a jovial temperament and appears to take great pleasure in dancing. It will playfully nudge and bump personnel, though it will not purposely cause harm. It will only dance if music is audible in its area, otherwise it will display depression, and will lay or sit down on the ground away from personnel. It will also become apathetic towards any outside stimulus and will refuse to consume any food. SCP-1544 will not return to its usual behavior until music is played once more. SCP-1544 was discovered in the 19-somethings after escaping from a traveling circus and cutting a path through the surrounding forest. All circus employees were administered Class B amnestics, and it was subsequently contained by the Foundation, including all documents involving it. Documents surrounding SCP-1544 are available to Level 3 personnel and up. The following is a document discovered with SCP-1544. Hello, and thank you for purchasing Dr. Wondertainment's Slinktastic Dancerific Rainbow Friend. To keep your lovable friend happy, make sure to keep him fed and dancing. Keep some music on all the time because he gets pretty grumpy when the music stops. Don't like your vegetables? He'll be happy to eat them for you. Don't let the kids get too close. Your friend loves to dance, but sometimes the music gets too strong. Once again, thank you for purchasing from Dr. Wondertainment. Dr. Wondertainment is not responsible for any injuries incurred by use of this project. Terms available at Redacted. By purchasing from Dr. Wondertainment, you agree not to hold Dr. Wondertainment or any of Dr. Wondertainment's affiliates accountable for injuries or damages incurred by your product. Thank you for your purchase. And there's more documents found in Redacted. Data lost from Data lost, data lost. We bring the light to you, which says radiance and cachinnation? Status failure. Recon-based creature able to resist data loss, to maneuver around large objects, stealth-based, sacrificing durability for speed, data loss, 24 hours. Experiment 521, data loss, a large fleshy mass covered in multiple white limbs, escaped from PL security, currently in process of tracking down. Seriously low, working well, data lost. Okay. Dr. Wondertainment Co. Central Records. Dr. Wondertainment has records? Product 106. Number 106 was found by President WDW, brought the subject to Central Records, naming him Joey. DW has since developed a special bond with Joey and refuses to sell the subject. Council has decided to deport 106 in 2 days regardless of Dr. Wondertainment's demands due to high interest from the San Francisco Circus. I don't want you to take him. That's my final word. Dr. P. Wondertainment, PhD. Product 106 has been sold to San Francisco Circuits. Dr. Wondertainment has taken paid leave and has requested not to be contacted. Addendum 2. The following note was found outside Site 32. Take good care of Joey. I've already given him color. You need to give him a home. Security footage is currently being reviewed to find the person responsible for leaving the note. So, this was one of those things of Dr. Wonder. It sounds like Dr. Wondertainment didn't make this, but he found it and he like loved it, and then they sold it anyway against his will, and it upset him. But now that the Foundation, oh, okay, so I think maybe the reason it got away from the circus is because Dr. Wondertainment probably broke it out, and then they, like, Dr. Wondertainment made sure the Foundation got it, because it sounds like Dr. Wondertainment does like the Foundation, but I'm not sure which version of Dr. Wondertainment this is. Because there were some tales where the original Dr. Wondertainment died because of getting captured by the factory, and then a woman became the new Dr. Wondertainment. So I don't know if this is that Dr. Wondertainment, or if that tale's not canon and it's always the dude that got captured by the factory. But I wasn't expecting to get a Dr. Wondertainment so soon, because there's an upcoming episode, possibly the next one. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 episodes from now, there's going to be 2 Dr. Wondertainments minimum. Now that I know there's some of them that don't say Dr. Wondertainment on them, and probably the reason this one didn't say Dr. Wondertainment on it is because he was not intending on selling it, and his employees are just assholes. But anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. If you liked it, a like and a subscribe will be groovy. If you want to click the bell, you can do that as well, so that you're notified of future uploads, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Later.